have Jim Nothe. Jim's a local author of several books and has given readings at several previous coffee houses and other venues since 1999. And in his own words, he says he reinvents himself every time. I like that. Tonight he'll be reading an original short story entitled Unforgettable Felix, the story of a young man who left an indelible impression on everyone. Jim?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
How many of you have ever been to one of my previous readings? I'm surprised you can recognize me since I reinvented myself. I can't take much credit for this story because everything in here really happened when I wrote the story. Well, my wife, sometimes you think you have a great idea, it turns out to be a mitigated disaster. So one time years ago, my wife decided we should get a dog. It would be a good idea, but unmitigated disaster. And then one other time, she thought it would be a good idea to have a host a foreign exchange student. Another unmitigated disaster. But then again, she's the one who thought it would be a good idea to marry me. So. Unforgettable Felix. This was about 20 years ago, 1994, I think this was. And the young man's name was Felix Nothe, so I decided with such a similar name, we really hit it off. Okay, August 28th. My, what a fine-looking young man. Here he comes down the steps of the plane wearing his bright red t-shirt from the agency, carrying his suitcase confidently, looking every inch of a bright young scholar. I'm so glad we decided to get a foreign exchange student this semester. I'm keeping this journal so I'll have a permanent record of this experience. From what the agency told us, he's just like any American teenager. He likes pepperoni pizza, loves school, and makes friends easily. He has a few flaws, but who doesn't? He smokes like a lot of Europeans. He has long hair, but that's not very unusual nowadays. I can tell we'll be having a lot of fun in the next few months, and learning a lot about each other's cultures at the same time. September 10th. Things have been going quite well so far. Felix told us that since he signed up for the program, he'd become a vegetarian. Not just a vegetarian, but a vegan, meaning he can't have any animal products, nothing with milk, eggs, cheese, or anything cooked in animal fat, or anything that contains any amount of gelatin, or who knows what else he can't have. But I'm sure we can work around that. Except for the vegan thing, he seems to be like a normal teenager so far, except he's a chain smoker and leaves ashtrays heaped up all around the house with cigarette butts. The first thing he asked when he arrived was how many arcades we have in town, and I told him there were none. So, asked how many movie channels we got, and I said none. So we took him to the mall, we bought a video game system, Nintendo system, with his parents' credit card. Now he seems to be really happy. Okay, September 26th. Felix surprised everyone yesterday when he got a haircut. Not just any haircut. He had all his long hair cut off except for one long tail hanging down in his face. Everyone who sees it asks him how he can stand having that tail in his face all the time, but I think it bothers everyone else more than him. Sometimes I imagine I'd like to take a pair of scissors to that ridiculous thing myself. Also, he wants to stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning playing his video games, but so far we haven't let him. We don't want his grades to suffer. But all in all, it's been a joy to have him. We know it's going to turn up. The October 4th. Felix hasn't figured out the dishwasher yet. We thought it was a simple system. If the dishwasher is open and the trays are pulled out, the dishes are clean and never been put away. If the dishwasher is closed, the dishes are dirty. If the dishwasher is closed with the lever in the closed position, the dishes are clean, but no one has opened the door yet to let the dishes. This system has worked well for us for 7 years with no problem, but twice Felix put dirty dishes in with the clean dishes by mistake. At least there's no danger of him putting the dirty dishes away thinking they're clean, and that would be too much work. But I'm convinced he'll figure everything out eventually. October 9th. This vegan thing's getting irritating. He doesn't care for vegetables, and he can't have any meat or anything with milk, eggs, or cheese in it. But where does that lead? Not much. Mostly eats cereal with soy milk on it. And grocery shopping with him is an experience say the least. He has to read every word of every label on every can and every box, because the food inside might contain a microscopic little bit of or a fraction of an ounce of milk or cheese. And you can't have anything with honey in it because that comes from an animal. I told him that in China they eat the bee and all. They didn't find that amusing. Apparently he feels strongly about the Earth's creatures and the right to live, so I'll respect that. I shouldn't let these petty annoyances get to me. I'm sure everything will work out all right. I'll have an unforgettable experience with a representative of another culture. October 21st. Today Felix got his hair dyed black, all except for that long tail. It looks positively hideous, but he thinks he's the coolest thing around. We went to the supermarket this evening and everyone just stared at him like he escaped from the circus. Then he met another kid with an equally ridiculous haircut, sort of spiky, multicolored super glue concoction, and the two hit it off like they were old friends. They must belong to some type of weird hair club or something. He also got into an argument with another student today regarding hunting because of his strong beliefs regarding the sanctity of life. The other student asked Felix how he could wear a leather jacket. Felix answered that the cow was killed for its meat, and since it was already dead, it didn't matter what happened to his hide. So, it seems like a flimsy argument to me if you ask me to be November 8th. If somebody eats nothing but cereal, wouldn't you think you would at least get 2 different types of cereal? We went grocery shopping and Felix bought 6 boxes of Nut Crunch cereal and 6 cartons of fake milk to go with it. That can't be good for a person's system. He could end up with scurvy or something if he doesn't watch out. The trouble is he either doesn't like anything else or can't have it. I wonder if maybe we should send him back to Germany before he collapses and dies in our house. Responsible. But maybe I'm being too harsh on him. I'm sure everything will work itself out. We had all the relatives over for Thanksgiving, and of course Felix sat at the table and didn't eat anything because there's nothing he could have. Too bad they don't make turkey-flavored cereal with squash milk. He could have cranberry sauce, but he doesn't like it. He just sat there making everyone else uncomfortable like they're eating his little brother or something. We got through the day okay. I don't want to be too judgmental. He's just trying to find himself. December 3rd. Today Felix went to the shooting range with some of his friends and tried out an AK-47 and a 9mm pistol. I've never seen him so excited. The shooting was okay as long as you don't kill any animals. The AK-47 was designed only to kill people, so I guess that's just another loophole. Then I came home this evening and found him eating a jelly donut, even though he's not supposed to have it because it's cooked in animal fat. He explained that the bakery was throwing it out anyway. I guess now, since he's all done saving the world, he can eat a donut that he found in the trash. Maybe you can find a good meal in the dumpster now behind the super. Okay, December 13th. Eddie got into school today and talked to Felix's advisor because his grades are not very good. I suppose all that video game playing is taking its toll. He asked to go away to a ski resort in Vermont for the week of Christmas, and we told him that would be lovely. We tried to have another turkey anyway, now this one will be guilt-free. January 14th, Felix decided to go back to Germany a week early, thereby causing extra aggravation to the officials of the agency who brought him here. They had to do a lot of extra paperwork, which could have been avoided if only he'd stayed 1 more week. But that would have been of no benefit to Felix. The dye was mostly gone from his hair, and he had that annoying tail cut off before he returned home. So now his parents wanted to know how ridiculous he looked while he was here. This was years before Facebook, of course. That's the whole point, I suppose, that his parents would know how ridiculous he looked. We finally figured him out. There's only one mission in life: irritating adults. Chain smoking, the weird hair, the strange diet were all manifestations of his desire to make the lives of adults miserable. And he succeeded beyond his wildest expectations. January 18th. My, what a fine-looking young man. Look at him climbing the steps of the plane with his bright red t-shirt from the agency. He looks even better getting on the plane than he did getting off.